Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
Welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. But for our radio audience tuning in at WYAD 94.1 FM, we welcome you all back to our broadcast. Also, tuning in to WYADonline.com, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. We're glad you all could be with us as well. Today's conversation in this segment is going to be really something I think that speaks to all of us, and that is our relationship with our devices. Did you know that the average person spends more than 5 hours every day staring at their phone screens? And though we have used that phone, as myself included, to connect with the world, there are other relationships that may be suffering because of that. Well, there's an important initiative that's going on that we're excited to share with you all today, as well as the sharing of a new survey that talks to us about Americans' dependence on their phone. Here to get into all of that with us, we're excited to welcome Laurent Therivel to our broadcast. Laurent is the CEO and president of UScellular. I want to talk to him not only about this survey, but also where you all can go to find out more information about the initiative called Let's Find Us. Laurent, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it.
Cyrus, thank you for having me.
This is an important topic, Laurent, because as much as I try to make sure that I do have these in-person connections and spend time with people, even sometimes when we are spending time with people, we're really not, because we are still glued to our devices. Tell us more about America's relationship with their devices, Laurent, and what the survey found.
Yeah, Cyrus, you're not alone in that feeling. Americans, we love our phones, and for good reason. They help us connect to our friends, our family, our loved ones. They make us more efficient throughout the day. For me, they provide my soundtrack throughout the day. I'm a big music fan. The problem, though, is that increasingly we feel that we're becoming addicted to our phones. And just as an example, we pick up our devices between 300 to 400 times a day. And we want to try to help people reset that relationship. The problem isn't the technology. The problem is when the technology gets out of place with our life.
Yeah, such a good point. And I should say for our audience out there, especially our audience here in Mississippi, Laurent, of course, this goes for all ages. Of course, we like to harp on the young people and their relationship with their devices, but we adults definitely have that same issue. So talk to us then about how UScellular, Laurent, is helping to inspire people to kind of have a reset moment when it comes to tech.
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned young people. As adults, I think we harp on our children. I know I do. I harp on my children about getting off their phone, and then I realize that I'm committing the same sin, right? I'm equally guilty. And so to help with that, UScellular has launched a program called Let's Find Us. There's two components to it. The first, slightly more controversial, we launched a few weeks ago, and it's called Phones Down for 5. The idea is put your phone away. Can you put it away for 5 minutes, for 5 hours, maybe even 5 days? Can you wean yourself off of that technology and have that reset moment? And after you've maybe reset that relationship, we're just this Thursday, we're going to be launching our second initiative. It's called Us Mode. The idea here is we're helping people program a mode on their device. Think the same thing as Do Not Disturb. This is for our customers, but it doesn't have to. It's also for non-customers. What we're going to be helping people do is program their device so that it enhances your time with people as opposed to distracting. So, for example, maybe we mute the social media notifications. Maybe we mute texts from people we don't necessarily want to hear from all the time, but we still allow ourselves access to music, or maybe we allow ourselves access to the recipe app that we're going to cook together as a family. So it's helping the phone enhance your time together rather than distract from it.
Love that. And I could see why some people would think they would go through withdrawals, Laurent, for sure, especially if you're talking about the 5 days. I think for a lot of people that would be definitely something that's difficult. But that brings up an interesting point, because we can start with something small. What are a few tips for a successful disconnect that maybe we can start with?
Yeah, Cyrus, you're not wrong about the withdrawals. I did this myself. I put my phone away for 5 days. And let me tell you, as the CEO of a wireless company, that's not easy to do. But I did have some tips. I learned some tips along the way. The first is I found myself distracted. I realized how poor my attention span was. And the reason for that is that as our mind wanders, our phone is always there. And so we can always pick up the phone and distract ourselves with some game or scrolling on Twitter. So the first tip is put the phone away. Put it out of sight. Put it in a drawer. Put it in another room. Allow yourself to let your attention span wander. Don't have the phone in front of you, and find other things to occupy your time. It really helps me focus. The second tip I would give you is find activities to do. So get outside, go work out, spend time doing things other than whatever you would do that would usually be spending time on that phone. And the final one, this may be the most important one, use the time to spend time with people that you love. But don't do this alone. An interesting statistic, 70% of us spend more time on our phone than we do with our romantic partner. So when you put the phone away, maybe do it with your loved ones, do it together, so you're not trying to do this crusade by yourself.
Love that. Great tip. And I think that's great, too, Laurent, for us to be able to share with our family, to make it a project for us, so that way one person doesn't feel like you're picking on them, or that they're doing this by themselves. I love that, the idea of being able to do it together. Again, Laurent, this is an important topic. So glad you could join us and be able to talk to our audience about it. Where can our audience go for more information, not only, of course, about the survey, but also the initiative?
Yeah, we'd love to have people join us in this. We're trying to start a movement about getting technology in its proper place. But our mission at UScellular is to connect people to what matters most. And sometimes what matters most is right in front of us. And so we need to put our phone away for some time to appreciate that. To learn more, go to uscellular.com/find-us. You'll get some information about the survey, but you'll also get tips as well as an application if you'd like to use it to help make this effort more successful and to support you on your way.
Well, really appreciate the time. You're welcome back here anytime, Laurent, and definitely hope our audience will be able to not only to join the initiative, but also spread the word. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Cyrus. Appreciate you.
And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live, part of our News You Can Use segment here at WYAD. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live. Let's go make today amazing. Take care.